let's keep it as the Shaun Seow Electric Quartet. And I think you will be a bit Seow after you hear this. So Shaun actually, and Pimpy, they play 6 nights at Insomnia, right? And they're a house band. They can play Katy Perry, but they make Katy Perry sounds like grade 1, and these people are distinction. So that's a great place to, go and listen. And good musicians are the kind where you just need one bar to make your mark. And Shaun and Pimpy, they have done it all the time.
It's too kind.
So this band is really good because, a treat when you see musicians play together. It's not just how well they play, how many riffs they can pull off, but it's really the chemistry and the interaction. So in the first and second session, you've learned more about techniques, you've learned more about concepts. But when this band plays, I hope that you can look at how they interact, how they really enjoy, and just build relationships with each other, even through music. And I think that is what we should always strive to do, beyond just the music, beyond the basses. And so, enough of my talking. We'll leave Shaun to do the segment.
Hi. Thank you. My name is Shaun, and thanks for coming down. Thank you so much to Reggie for being a dear friend, and to bassFREQ for bringing together this great community. Come on. Let's have a hand. Thank you. And thank you, Timber, for all this fantastic equipment, and Danny on the keys. Thank you so much. Yeah, later. So thank you so much for coming down. I learned a lot from Colin and Melvin just by watching this, because I started late. I think I started when I was 22, and Colin was my inspiration, because I would go to a recording studio and they would tell me after my take, can you play like Colin or not? Then I'm like, yeah, I should take up basketball or something. And osteoporosis. And Melvin, I have to thank him so much for, where's Melvin? He went out on a limb to recommend me for my job now. I was playing the canto scene for 8 years and doing Chinese music. And he gave me a break to go Insomnia and, play with this fantastic drummer and musicians there. So thank you so much, Melvin. Thank you. I always believe in giving credit where credit is due, to knowing your place and just being honest. And I guess that will translate to your music. So enough of my blabbering. I'll start off with a song from one of my favorite guitarists. It's a French gypsy jazz guitarist called Brelly Legrand, and it's called Hips. Thank you so much. We already rehearsed once, so I'm sorry for the mistakes, but I guess that's how we learn. We'll go to the next song, which is drum solo in G minor. Okay, so once again, Pimpy at the drums. And we'll be doing a tune from Alan Hines. It's called Elegant Decadence. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I always start with or so. So I think the first thing that I have to share is like, it's okay to make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up too much. That's how I console myself when I get home every night. I think as players, we're very self-conscious about not what other people think maybe, but for the standards you set for yourself. Because we live in the age where YouTube is a click away, and it's a harsh reality check. It makes you want to give up sometimes. I mean, instruction is so readily available, and you can see all the top players in the world, and you feel smaller and smaller in the corner of your room. So you decide to play your Xbox or PS3 or something like that. But Xbox rules, okay, sorry. But I think that is how you grow. You beat yourself up, but you learn something new, and you just make yourself get better a bit every day. You make the most stupid mistakes, like play C sharp when you're supposed to play C, but maybe the next time around you won't do that anymore. And I guess that's the first lesson you have to learn. For me, anyway. I mean, I guess you guys are much better than me, so you don't need to learn anything from me. But yeah, don't beat yourself up too much. I mean, beat yourself up to like the brink of death. Then you take like Maggie Mee or something, make yourself better. Yeah. So I'm not a jazz guy. I wish I was. I wish I could play jazz like Colin and Joshua. Joshua, can you take over? But I started with like rock and like Chinese pop, I guess. And I wish I could do sessions and be versatile enough, but you know, sometimes you just have to wait till you're ready and till the opportunities are ready for you. But one thing I would like to talk on is, if you look at all these YouTube monsters now, everybody's like playing over changes. You know, like Hadrian Furrow, Evan Marion, and my personal favorite, Italian guy called Dario Dieda. Any of you know Dario? No, okay, gotta check him out. He's like the king of playing over changes. So a lot of times we are confined within like minor pentatonics and stuff like that, and it isn't that hard to move up, you know, from something basic into what could be more interesting. Of course, playing over a set of changes will force you to come up with ways of navigating the chords without sounding like you know, you're playing. Something like that crap. It's all minor pentatonic. But one thing I've been trying to do is to take simple songs and try to like do a bass chordal thing and try to solo over it convincingly, but I feel like 120% of the time. So I will try to do something like that now. It's a piece by Django Reinhardt. It's called Noage. Thank you. And featuring the passive mode. Yeah. Some makes you look at it and think, oh, I'm the, you know, SH something. But when you start playing, then no, it doesn't help. But sorry, all jokes aside, this ramp thing's become very popular now. Like guys like Richard Bona do it. It just makes sense because it's easier. I don't slap a lot, so it doesn't really get in the way. Anyway, you don't slap within pickups anyway. So it helps keep your attack consistent, hopefully, and just makes things easier. And it's like $300, so it better work. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm really bad at playing through changes, but this kind of stuff forces me to think like out of my comfort zone. I mean, I'm best playing like. You see, I can't even get the right. Yeah, so I'm definitely not as qualified as people like Colin. Come on, give it up for Colin as one of the best players, and Joshua. You won't find more amazing players. And Ben Po, is that Ben Po? I saw your clips on YouTube. You are the man, man. Come on, please give it up. That shows how far our local players have come. And like for uncles like me, it's just nice to see the community growing stronger and stronger. You know, every time I click on YouTube. So some people, I mean, I guess Colin has talked about basically how are you going to get hired in most situations, which is something that I'm going to do straight away tomorrow. But a lot of people come to me to ask me, hey, how do you solo? How killer are you solo? How you killer? I tell them, no, I'm not killer at all. I'm just faking it. But there are some ways that, I mean, who wants to learn about soloing? Is it really boring? And anybody who's like going to leave right now, give me the $10 lah, don't like that. No, okay. So let's start with this minor pentatonics. What am I talking about? So just knowing that shape alone gives you so many chord tones applied to different chords. Let's say I'm playing in F sharp. Hey. I want the altered sound. I can just use the minor pentatonic one step below the root, and I will hit those tones. Something like that. Okay, that's not a very good example, but that's something that I learned on the net. And let's say we talk about Lydian. We have a C. Can you play me a C Lydian? A C major 7 sharp 11. Okay, so. So sometimes it's like, okay, Lydian, let's play G. But it's easier to think of the minor pentatonic, a half step below the root. So. Yeah, so I'm not going to go on and on about this kind of substitutions, but take what you know and expand on it. Okay, like playing over dominant chords, like that's what the most fun. Like Hadrian Furrow, all the crazy. Okay, it doesn't really make sense. It's like finger exercise time, but it's something to be learned. Let's say I have a D7. Like Colin, how do you do that? Okay, like D7. I can think, okay, mixolydian. Okay, now I can start using melodic minor maybe on the 5th. So that's another flavor that you can open up your ears to. This is very common stuff. So it's the same as a minor pentatonic, just you change like 2 notes. But it's a nice sound. So without rambling, I'll go on to my last song and I'll take some questions. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once more, Pimpy on drums, come on. Alfie on guitar. And my very, very good friend, BFF, Brian Tay. So I'm sorry if this hasn't been very educational. I just hope you guys had a good time. One thing that I would like to add is Pimpy has taught me so much about rhythm, like what Colin said about the subdivisions. I could never feel the 16th notes, the semi-quavers. Again, I can never feel that. I always just tap my feet or rely on the metronome. So my internal timing was never as good as a lot of the pros here. But yeah, thank you, Pimpy, for that. That's the most important thing, like keeping time, and yeah, he's taught me so much. So yeah.
Okay, guys.
Any questions?
Another big round for the band.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can safely say I think this is definitely one of the best fusion stuff we have ever seen on the Little Red Dot. Do you think so?
No.
I think we don't need no Vinny Colaiuta and Alan Hines and whoever to come. We have these four amazing musicians. Okay, I just wanted to find out if, do you have any questions since we have Shaun and the band here, anything.
Anything.
Yeah, it's like if you find his stuff too simple, playing too much, not holding that groove down, yeah, feel free and Shaun will defend his position. Okay, any questions? Just raise your hand or just shout it out. Anything? Anything? Yeah?
Okay, I have the worst memory, and I really suck at memorizing songs. So I dare not jam because I don't know any changes and stuff like that. But for stuff like this, I have to prepare. I try not to read. So I just take a week to really internalize everything. But as you can see, sometimes everything falls apart. But what can you do? Yeah. Anything?
Any more questions? No? Or are you all kind of like
Tired already.
Drink more beer. You need more beer. Or are you all in like trying to roll back your tongue? And if not, another big round of applause.
Thank you so much. Thank
for
you.
Pimpy, Elfie, Brian, and Shaun. So officially, the program has come to a close. I hope that you had fun today. And Danny and I were talking, and I think it's very encouraging to see all of you guys coming on a wet, rainy, cold afternoon. But I'm just so thankful that we are able to spend the afternoon together, and it's really quite meaningful. So I think we are thinking about some things. There could be more jam sessions for bass players, and this is a great venue. We could do it on like an afternoon, on a weekend, and things like that. Time to practice your pentatonic skills and together with some others. So there will be some things in the pipeline, I'm sure. Just keep a watch on that.
Okay, so we still have quite some time this afternoon, so the afternoon is still young.
Yeah, don't be in a rush to leave.
Yeah, also don't leave. There's a lot of basses to try. And because we know that there are a lot of really masters in the house, so if Danny you're okay, we'd like to open it for a big jam session. Not too late, huh? So, shall we call on a few guys?
Yeah, I think, we need to pay tribute to some of the people who really set the foundation for the foundation. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So I think maybe the first old bird, we call the old bird the Lao Jiao. Lao Jiao that we want to call. Maybe we call him Mr. Bong first.
Yeah.
Mr. Ignatius Bong in the crowd. We had the pleasure of you coming out to jam, and we just a few people.
And just pick whatever you want to use. And
choose
find
your
a strat.
musician. Yeah.
Okay. And then shall we call, who shall we call?
Drummer, we need.
Drummer, I guess Pimpy can. Yeah. And we can, how about Joshua?
Josh. On keys.
Oh, no, let's have Josh on bass. Let's have an all bass thing.
All bass, shoot out.
And then I think, one guy that I've always enjoyed is actually Din Safari.
Mr. Din.
Let's have Din.
Mr. Din.
And I'm proud to actually share with you that Din is actually going to be a Sandberg endorser. So Din has been using the Sandberg California with his gigs at Jive, with Jive Talking. And they have just started at Equinova, am I right, Din? Yeah, so check them out, one of the best bands in Singapore, and you have Din Safari anchoring the bass seat. So I think let's have, shall we have Din come and jam? Okay, so we'll just figure out, we don't know what's happening, nobody knows what's happening, so we'll just try and put everything we have learned this afternoon, and yeah, I think we use the 3M.
Yeah.
No, it's J.